Alright, this is TK Shazam. I am just a nerd who likes Tekken and talking about it. Today I'd like to talk about the throw system. In the event you have not played Tekken 7, let's just do a quick overview. Throws are high unblockables in this game. As you see Paul, he is blocking my standing jab, but if I throw him, I get 35 free damage, which is pretty neat. However, throws are only good on standing opponents. If they crouch block, it whiffs. If they start jumping, it whiffs. Right? For most characters, like 99% of them, throws cannot connect on crouching or jumping opponents. Crouch throws do exist, but not all characters have them. And certain throws will work on airborne opponents, but it's very uncommon, really only on King, right? Now, obviously, something that's unblockable, free damage seems pretty good. So what makes it difficult? Throws are not guaranteed. As you see here. Doesn't matter what input I use, they can be broken. Generic throws can be broken with 1 or 2. Throws that occur from the side have to be broken with a specific button. But this is pretty rare, so it comes up. So if I grab from Paul's left side, he needs to break with 1. If I grab from his right side, he needs to break with 2. Oh, but there, if I got his back, right, you saw how he was breaking all the throws. Back throws are inescapable. And in a 3D game, I need my glasses checked because I cannot tell where the opponent's back is anymore. There you go. That's the baseline. They're very good, but they're, short range. They're pretty fast, so if you like frame trapping, whoop. But more importantly, how often has this happened to you? Specifically as Paul, right? Side step right, standing block. You're trying to run some offense, and then all of a sudden, your offense gets stepped, right? Well, with throws, you just go throw. Throws are homing in this game. It's honestly really insane. At any point, you have when you're this close to the opponent, you have a 12-frame unblockable homing move, right? Homing attack. It's very difficult for the opponent to keep track of, even if they are able to see the hands and break the throw and all that other stuff, right? Even generic throws will be pretty good, when they're homing and the opponent's trying to focus on stepping a move, they're not always ready for the throw break. In addition to that, counter hit throws are much more difficult to break. Counter hit throws will be, I believe, around 8 frames. Any of the hard data stuff, I would recommend checking out Gelatin's video on the throw break system in Tekken 8. I'll leave a link in the description. But where does Paul benefit from this? Why use generic throws if they can be broken with 1 or 2 and if they're so easy to break? It's because he doesn't have to. Paul and a select few other characters in this game get command throws. By inputting a specific command, Paul gets a unique throw with a unique animation and knockdown state. They can only be broken with their specific input. So, for example, Paul has up forward 1+2. This throw can only be broken with 1+2. So if the opponent's mashing 1 or 2 expecting a generic throw, well, now they're just going to get thrown because they don't have the specific break. He has a huge variety of throws, honestly. He has what people would call a full throw game. He has multiple 1+2 breaks. He has multiple 1 breaks. And he has a 2 break, meaning you have to have the specific break for that specific throw. No mashing, no generic easy breaks here. Right? I'm going to go over each individual throw, talk about the pros and cons, and when you should consider using them. Right? First, let's go over his 1+2 breaks. Paul has forward, 1+2. huge pushback, nice chunky damage. It also will wall splat. And yes, you will get a full combo. Right? He also has a forward 1+2. No combo, but the Oki from this throw is actually pretty good. If they stay down, you can do down back 1+2. If they get up, you can hit them with standing 3. It's pretty neat. For his 1 breaks, he has down forward 1+3. Little gut punch, but there's a little bit more to it. If right as he punches the opponent in the gut, you input Death Fist or quarter circle forward 2, you'll get Death Fist. And yes, this will wall splat. Additionally, if you have Heat activated, this will also get the Heat boost. It's pretty neat. He also has back 1+4. This throw is slightly faster than others. Earlier, you saw a forward 1+2 and all the other ones at 12 frames. This one is 11. Launches them back. Right. And, more importantly, if the positions are reversed and you need you want to get out of the wall, there you go. Now you're away from the wall, now the opponent's back is to the wall, and you can start doing Paul to the wall things, right? The last throw from standing, which we'll talk about later, is 2+4, and then you hold back. This is Paul's 2 break. This will wall splat, getting you some damage, really pushes the opponent away. I think it's actually called push away, it's very funny. But it's a nice way to mix up your throw break so the opponent has more that they need to guess, right? The last throw that you can use is from full crouch. If Paul is entering full crouch, he can press 1+2 and do ultimate tackle. From here, he can go into ultimate punches. He can do ultimate punches into armbar. So punch, 1+2. Or he can do his infamous ultimate punishment. Nice chunky 50 damage into pretty decent Oki, right? Now that you have a general overview of what his throws are, when should you use them? We talked about it earlier, but throws are very fast. I really like to use them as frame traps, right? Let's go. You're pressing forward 1+2. Let's say you like to lock them down with a jab. I think it's still a good idea. Jabs will, if they counter hit, will get you +8, allowing you for more offense, but they're not always, very rewarding, right? But you still want something to lock the opponent down. So you go forward 1+2, now throw, right? At the speed, because of their speed, they'll beat out basically everything, losing only to, ducking, right? Previously, they would lose to movement. So let's do... Don't switch. Let's go back to default and sidestep right. My jab is losing to the duck or to the sidestep. The throw will capture them. So they enable an extra layer to your mind game after forward 1+2. The opponent has to commit to a dick jab, which you can then utilize you can avoid with movement. They're also just really nice if you have an opponent that's just always blocking and it's really hard for you to open them up. Try a throw. This will pressure their mental stack. It'll add layers to your mind game, to your offense. And now the opponent has to worry about, oh, if I step at the wrong time and I'm not ready for the throw break, you get 40 free damage, right? And most importantly, it's true damage, right? So there's no gray health there. if the opponent does something that leaves them up close to you, but you don't want to necessarily risk Demo Man, right? Because Demo Man's clean hit might not always work out. A throw, so let's go... Right there, you saw the Demo Man did not clean hit, but the throw will reach, right? So if you don't want to risk it because you think, oh, maybe the opponent's moving backwards slightly and the clean hit will mess up, there's a throw. Also, if you just happen to want to change positions, like we talked about. Oh no, my back is to the wall. All right, let me just do a quick jab. They stepped, throw them, and now their back is to the wall. And now I can start locking them down, right? So there's a lot to consider, but consider, just take a look at Paul's throws, mess around with it in training mode. Think about how you want to implement them in regards to positioning, right? Do you want to swap positions? Do you want to keep positions but then do something like get Oki afterwards, right? Or do you want, I just want my opponent away from me? Paul's throw game is, one, he has a full throw game, which is still pretty rare in this game, and more importantly, has a lot of utility. Each of the throws offers a unique option, and in addition to the universal utility of homing. Additionally, if you are on a special, let's go to, on a special stage, let's go here, Descent into the Subconscious. Paul's throws will floor break. Set up the floor break, let's do it again. And yes, you can get a full combo. Right? Because of their speed, because of their tracking utility, because of the fact that they're unblockable, it can be really useful when you combine throws with lows to chip down and really catch off guard some of these more passive or too defensive opponents, right? If they're just blocking all day, consider adding a throw to your repertoire. Because Paul's lows are kind of slow, right? I think they're still really good, don't get me wrong. But when you're doing a move like core circle forward 3, at very slow, it's very slow to do something at range 0, right? So why not just do a 12 frame move instead? Even if the damage is not guaranteed, the idea is that you're forcing the opponent to constantly think about it. At any point while they're trying to move away from you, they have to always keep in mind that you can just throw them. Or just do another tracking option. Right? There's a lot to think about, but I think a lot of Paul's can really stand to gain a lot by utilizing his full throw game, especially with how powerful they are now. Right? Even as a frame trap, on counter hit, the throw break window is a lot lower, right? So, very, very potent. You don't want to be too predictable because an opponent that can duck... Let's go... An opponent that ducks your throw can also launch you. So be a little bit careful, but I think for the most part, because of their speed, because of their utility, they can be very easily implemented into your game. Hopefully this gives you some food for thought. If you have any questions, let me know.